The first thing to do when you start out in City Skylines is put down a basic road, and that'll unlock all the options you need to get started. Starting out in City Skylines can be a little frustrating because it seems like it's a open world sort of builder where you can build anything, and that is true, but in the early part of the game, you actually don't have too many options. If you build too many roads, you can basically use up all of your budget and not have enough city services to have a successfully running city. The point of this guide is to show you just one basic structure to follow in order to get a good start in the game. Now, this may seem rather limiting in the options that you have, and it is, honestly. The game, when you start out in vanilla, doesn't give you enough money to really experiment too much. It just gives you enough money to build your basic start and provide enough services for those citizens that are going to move in early to get you, your initial revenue flow. The most important thing in the early part of the game is laying down a structure that makes you money so that you can just kind of let it pause and run until you have enough money to do something more interesting. As soon as you have a revenue stream going, you can start to differentiate and you can start to be more creative. But until you get to that point, you're limited in the options for which you need to build. So this structure is the basic structure you need. On the top, we are going to have industry, and I'm going to put the power there because that is where all of the pollution is going to be. We're going to need to place down our water pump, or you can use a water tower if you don't have a nearby river, and line all of our city streets with piping so that everyone has water. The only city services you need to put down at the start of the game are power and water. A power line is required only when there are city blocks that are not connected to power already. So once people start to move in, power is transferred between the houses, but at the beginning you just need to provide power directly with the power line. The sim simulation is pretty straightforward. You have the green area, which is residential. That's where everyone lives. You have the blue area, which is commercial, and you have the yellow area, which is industry. Sims go from their home to work. Work can be either blue or yellow, and then they go shopping, which is blue. Industry makes products, and those products are shipped via truck to the blue areas. Now, before we unpause, it's important to take a look at the budget because we are running everything at 100%, but we don't actually have that demand. So you can kind of just drag these sliders all the way to the left. You're going to have to remember once your city starts to expand that you need to increase this back up to 100%. But for the start, just turn it all the way down. Now people are starting to move in. It's really fun to just watch the buildings get built and how the people move in at first and then they go to industry and then the commercial gets built up. And that's just kind of how the simulation works at its core. Now you may be tempted to start to build out more, but I would encourage you not to do that until your budget is in the green because you can run out pretty quick. Now, some of you may have noticed that I made an egregious mistake and didn't put an outflow pipe for my sewage. So basically sewage is just sitting there in everyone's homes and they're getting pretty unhappy about it and it's limiting my growth. So it's easy to overlook certain aspects of it. So that's why you take it slow. And with that, we are over the first steps of the game and we can start to actually enjoy it and start to be creative in the way that we design our cities. I've highlighted the income and the population, and we have reached the hamlet stage. So thanks everyone for watching and enjoy your cityscaping.